down. Cornelius, he's literally shacked up. So
Is he shacked up?
He's shacked up with Camille. We're not gonna play like we don't know that. You know she make them faces, honey.
Hey guys, oh snap baby. Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We're talking to you guys about Ready to Love, and we're dealing with Cornelius. We're talking about the fact that Cornelius needs to use more of his masculine energy in order to create boundaries between himself and Camille. What's happening right now is Camille's running the game. Okay, all right, and the opportunity for him is to set good boundaries and let her know that, hey, this is not appropriate. You're locking me down and I am not able to connect with the other ladies as I want to, right? And we saw evidence of that when he speaks to Zadia a little bit later on. I'll show you those clips so you can also see as well. But before we get to that stage, do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe, and click on the bell button for notification of the what? Uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, cool. So, just talking about obviously Cornelius and dealing with Camille. As a man, I always talk about using your masculine energy to the best of your ability. And the way to do that, let me just turn the camera a little bit slightly this side, okay? The way to do that, okay, first and foremost, is asserting good foundational boundaries, okay? It's much like the tiger or the lion who looks after the pride by peeing all over the territory to let other lions know this is an area that is marked, it's taken, don't get involved. And this is what we're needing to see from Cornelius, because he's failing to do that. He's not showing this level, I should say, of where he's protecting himself. He's not monitoring the territory called Cornelius. And when you are a man and you don't do that, a woman will come and run you ragged. Now, what we have seen is that he's been locked down by Camille very, very early and against his wishes, right? We've heard him say, look, she's been a bit much, or it could be a little bit more possessive. It could look like he's been very, very polite and very, very nice. But that doesn't win you any Oscars here. You actually need to set boundaries. That means communicate. That means let the person know. That means telling the person, hey, this doesn't work for me. And we're yet to see that from Cornelius, right? So when he is dealing with Camille, Camille has the ability to push further and lock him down because he's allowed it. Now, I want to let's listen to a little bit more of what Laser's saying.
I was like, girl, fix your face. You know what it is.
Camille, you married?
No.
Shack.
Now, they ask her, obviously, Camille, you married? Are you shacked up? She said no. But all the ladies already know that she's got one person in her mind. And that's fine. That is not the problem. The problem is the way she's going about it. It's already become possessive. And we saw that from earlier on in the season. We saw that with a pool party situation. That's what we saw. And what we have seen from Cornelius is a lack of a pushback. It's a lack of saying, hey, chill a little bit. I'm going through the process. Let me do what I'm doing. And we failed to see that. Even Zadia herself has mentioned about him being locked down. Now they have been connecting, but it was something that Cornelius said, which honestly really spoke to what we're talking about in this situation. Right? Let's do something. Let's go. Let's have a look at this clip here. I want to show you something. All right. This is him and Zadia. Okay, when they're talking. Let's just go a little bit here. Okay. Fantastic. I'm on the money, all right? We're going to watch a part where Cornelius talks to Zadia and, she's letting him know that obviously it seems like you are locked down. I want you to pay attention to his answers here. Now, of course, he's trying to be a little bit more coy, doesn't want to kill off the game, doesn't want to, get rid of Zadia or Camille. He wants to stay neutral. But just listen to the answers and it will tell you about where the brother's mind is at.
I feel like I kept it open, but like I said, I'm definitely still torn. Camille claimed me as soon as we got there as her boyfriend, so.
First and foremost, he said, listen, I'm still open, but I am torn. It doesn't, well, from what we've been shown, it doesn't look like that. But number two, also, I think if you look at Zadia's facial expressions, I think she knows that it hasn't really been that way either, right? That's not to say that he hasn't connected with Zadia. That's to say that he's shown an ability, that hasn't shown that in a sense, he hasn't shown enough of a push for Zadia because of the fact that he's scared of Camille, right? And if you want a proof of that, we can go a little bit further back where he talks about the fact that, you know what, he doesn't want to do anything that's going to offend Camille. Let's have a look at this.
It was Sabrina.
Oh, I got a wrong clip, guys.
Not.
Okay.
But I do know that I did
Oh, damn.
not.
I got a wrong clip. My bad, baby. My bad. I got a wrong clip, guys, and I don't want no copyright issues. But the part where I want to show you, I'll get it in a second. He literally says, "Oh, you know what? Like, I don't want to push too hard because I don't want to give the impression that back to Camille. I don't want her to think that I'm no longer interested." And it's like, what? I was like, bro, what do you mean? Like, why would you saying those things make her feel that way? I think I've got it now. Let's have a look.
Since the mansion, but I try to move carefully and try to move safely. I don't want to do too much with Zadia because I definitely don't want to it get back to Camille that I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing.
The brother's in the sunken place. I'm just going to be real with you, bro. You're in a sunken place. This is not your wife, all right? This is not your girlfriend, sir, okay? All right? You don't need to tread carefully about what you talk with other women with because you're still open, remember you said? You're still open, right? So you're now treading carefully with Zadia because you want to get back to Camille. But you're but you're the one that's saying you're open to the process and you're open to Zadia. Well, clearly you're not, because you're doubly thinking about every movement you make when you deal with Zadia. And what I'm saying about masculine energy here, it is talking about how you regulate boundaries. We use masculine energy to do that. Whether you're a woman or a man, you use your masculine energy to create boundaries, right? Verbally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, we use our masculine energy to do that thing. When someone's got too much, we call it a wall. Right? That's for both men and women. When someone uses too much masculine energy to cause protection, we call it a wall, because there has to be a good balance where you're able to be open while at the same time still able to be still able to guard your heart at the same time. Which is why certain men, when they become too open too quickly, some women are fearful because he's like, well, why are you so giddy and up and junk? And sometimes where the reverse works, where someone's too much of their walls being high, people feel like I'm jumping too many hoops and I'm not really getting the real you. Using too much masculine energy at the wrong time will cause this effect in some shape or form, or not using enough will cause this effect to the other person watching. In this case, Cornelius has not used the right amount of masculine energy to make sure Camille knows where she stands with him and what she can and cannot do. And he's allowed himself to be subdued, right? At the same time, Camille's doing way too much. We've spoken about this already. But from Cornelius' perspective, he needs to grab his balls. Okay, and this is not meant to be offensive. This is us to us men. You're meant to grab your balls, and I use balls for a reason, because in the Bible it talks about how a woman should not grab the balls of a man, all right, in a fight between two men to end it. She should not use her power to manipulate. And the same thing here. As a man, you should not allow your balls to be wrenched and used against you, bro. Okay, you have to let that person know that where you stand and what you're about, and let them know, hey, this is how I operate, and this is what you have to follow. All right, and at the moment we're not seeing that with him, right? Let's have a look at this little. Let's watch it.
We finally got on a date.
Let's look at this part.
I
here.
mean, like I said, you know, you definitely was there too. You know what I mean?
Oh, I was there. Oh no.
I think you're very, very sexy.
I think he told on himself there. You was there. And I think that she picked up on it, and he didn't really correct her as well, really and truthfully, after that. So, you know, she is pretty much in second place and Camille's number one. So maybe this brother has chosen Camille already. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to offend Camille anyhow, anyway, right? I'm going to say this again. Bro, from what we saw at the pool party, from what we've seen, Camille, you will become a casualty of war. From what her friends have said about you, you'll become a casualty of war. I'm going to do another video talking about Mr. Nice Guy situation. You will become a casualty of war. Okay? So you need to regulate. And this is why nice guys finish last and why good guys win. Because nice guys struggle to implement boundaries. Nice guys fail to speak up. Nice guys will take on stuff, even if it hurts them, and pile on, and eventually will blow up later on. Nice guys, okay, don't say how they feel, and so they end up in these situations where they're being abused verbally, emotionally, physically, whatever, because they don't know how to speak up. And they don't know how to regulate boundaries. You must learn how to speak boundaries. I know it sounds mad, but whenever men or women, all right, tend to be in these situations, what you'll realize is the work that also needs to be done from the person who was in the abused situation is that we have to start helping them build their confidence, their esteem, and their boundaries. And when you start to do that, most people who are going to try and abuse you and rob you and hurt you physically, mentally, emotionally, tend to leave you alone. And I'm not talking about extreme cases. I'm talking about just in relationship form. Okay, right? We saw the same thing with Johnny and Bao. As soon as Bao decided to stand up, Johnny had to say, chill, right? When you stand up to the person and let them know, hey, this is my boundary, I'm not allowing that anymore. If you don't watch Married at First Sight, you want to know who Johnny and Bao is. But you have to speak up. You have to let the person know this is not my MO, and I won't stand for it. Right? Cornelius needs to do that with Camille. Otherwise, risk being eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's what I'm going to say on it. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded.